Well, howdy, howdy, Red Dirt Preacher, also known as Laney around the house. Welcome into the porch. That's my cat scooting things around the floor. I'm standing up because it's usually that social media people like me that talk on social media, you guys don't get to see our legs much. So it's weird when we stand up. It's like when you see your teacher at Walmart. You see your teacher out in public. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yep, about 5'7". That's awesome. Didn't know they stack shit that high. Alright, who's seen the movie? Anyway, it's after midnight. Hats off. We get to be us. So it's cold out tonight, so I had an excuse to wear my hoodie. So Jesus is a badass. Yes, he is. Provocative truth out loud all day. That's what we're doing here. If you like the hoodie, there's one in your size over at IamRevolution.com. I might sit down here in a minute. I'm going to tell you guys a story. It's story time, and I'm in a mood, so we're going to have a good story. Let me sit down. I just turned 39, by the way. For those of you that didn't know, I hid my birthday. I don't really shine a light on it. February 6th was my birthday, and I turned 39. We're on the back side of 30. Sitting down just now made me winded, and I probably threw out my knee. Ha 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 ha. Let me tell you a story. So this is going to be funny, but there's a parable in all things, so I don't even know, I'm not even sure where the teaching stick is in this story, but it's too funny not to tell you. So we're just going to do it and see what happens. Okay, go anyway. So I live by a duck pond, a neighborhood duck pond. And my neighborhood duck pond, hey Regan, in my neighborhood duck pond is really pretty, and there's ducks, of course, out there. The ducks have been out there so long that the ducks have a sign on the road that says, "Caution, ducks crossing." So when I cruise by the duck pond every day, 6 times a day to go places for my kids, I'm always stopping for the ducks. Okay? It dawned on me one day when I was coming home that this road also has a lot of dead squirrels on it. You know? And I'll be driving that same road and there'll just be squirrels just darting in and out, and I swear, like, squirrels know where your tires are. You know? So there's this squirrel minefield, right? It's kind of sad. And I thought to myself, how come the squirrels don't have a sign? Careful, squirrel crossing. And then, let's break this down, and I'm going to tell you like a child's story. So like children, we're going to gather around the proverbial radio, the airwaves right now. Turn it up a little bit, and we're going to go back into story time. I'm not reading this from a book. I made it up out of my own mind. It's my story to tell. So right now, we're all going to be like 9 years old. Enjoy. So I was thinking one day, like, let's tell it like this. What if the duck had a family, and you could hear the duck's family whispering through all the duck generations that live over here on Duck Pond, okay? We'll just call that Duck Pond Paradise. When the ducks live over there, they've done it for so many years that I bet you if the ducks were raising their young and telling stories, they're probably telling their young that the road is totally good, right? If you were a neighborhood duck, we're talking about my neighborhood duck pond if you just got here. So, like a child, we're telling stories tonight. So you're 9 years old now. Let's go. So the duck would be telling all of his little ducklings that the road is fine. And a long time ago, our ancestor, King Duck III, conquered the road. And now all cars stop for us. And you could just tell the little duckies, they're like, is it really like that? And I bet you the next day when the ducks get up and they have to cross the road, they can't believe it. They're like, oh my gosh, Mommy, Daddy Duck was right. We can go across the road and cars actually stop for us. Wow, it's magic. We are literally powerful ducks here. Needless to say, the ducks have a sign that tells people like me to stop for the ducks. You know what I mean? Caution, duck crossing. Let's not tell the ducks that. Might bruise their ego. So the ducks have learned through generation to generation. The road is not, for them it's relative, but for the ducks, the road is completely safe. These cars they stop for us. It's pretty badass. Okay, on the other side of the neighborhood, near the duck pond, lives the squirrel family. Now the squirrel family, I've never seen a caution squirrels crossing the road sign in my life. I've just seen a lot of dead squirrels. Trying to swerve a couple myself. Squirrels are over there telling their young that the road is the most dangerous place to be. That's why we're a family of 3. We lost Uncle Tommy last week due to a 4x4 Ford. Stay out of the road. It's not a place for squirrels. And the squirrels are probably teaching their young that if you have to go across the street, do it in a zigzag serpentine pattern, because you're probably going to get ran over. There's a good chance you're going to die. So the squirrels get raised up to fear the road, because it's going to kill no matter what. All right? The ducks are being raised to not fear the road because cars actually stop for them. No kidding. Just last week, this has really happened. These ducks cross the road, and there's one duck. I swear they're like inbred neighborhood ducks. I don't know, pterodactyls, dogs. I'm not sure what got a hold of these ducks. But this duck is out there in the middle of the road with his wings out, and he's wagging his duck tail and like squawking like a crosswalking agent for the ducks while the other ones just cross the road. There's this guy like wagging his tail. What? Literally got traffic stopped. We all got children to get to school. Come on. For the ducks, this is crazy. So I thought about the conversations that they would have back and forth and how the road is actually pretty relative, depending on the species, depending on your perspective. So let's just say that a junior duck and a junior squirrel bumped into each other one day. And they each had a conversation that shook the shit out of the other one's world. What if the squirrel sat there on a log and told the duck, hey, do you know that my mom and pa teach me that road kills? I mean, there's only 3 of us in my family, okay? It's pain over there. We don't get in the road. I bet you the duck would take this knowledge like, what? Are you kidding? The road would be dangerous? Or what are you smoking over there? I mean, no, the road's not dangerous. Are you kidding? So I bet you as the duck began to tell the squirrel about how the road is so not dangerous, his entire family crosses it about 9 times a day and twice after midnight, I bet it would blow the squirrel's mind to hear that the road can be walked. This is crazy. So I bet you the squirrel tries to walk the road and knows better because it would kill him. But one day, let's just say the duck says, you know what, I'll walk you across that road. Walk with me. Going by yourself might kill you, but if you go with me, I'll stop traffic for you. Watch. Squirrel's really afraid. He's going to have to take a proverbial leap of faith here, right? He's biting his nails. He's nervous. He's about to do the very thing that his generations have told him not to do. So his soul on the inside could be snapping. He could be wondering about if he's betraying his family line, and before he knows it, he's out in the middle of the street with the duck, walking across like nothing's happening. Cars stop. The squirrel goes across the damn street, and he's like, oh my God, I could cross this street anytime I want as long as I've got a chaperone. Amen. I think the nut in the story of this little radio hour is that the duck is like that of Jesus in our life. There are roads and there are paths that we cannot cross because there are demons like cars that are going to smash and kill us no matter if we run in a zigzag, if we hold still so we don't get hit, or if we run in a serpentine pattern. We cross roads all the time that are going to kill us or have the potential to do so. I think that they're the parable in the story and the teach in the story is from our great teacher, always a teacher, Jesus Christ, always a teacher. And, the duck in the story is Jesus and the squirrel is us. I don't have to do the math for you. There's just some things we can't cross without him. And if we have him as a chaperone, he stops it all and makes a way. Kind of like when he split the seas apart. So same guy, new story, different type of story. Anyway, I'm going to brush off my shirt, got some dog hair on it, fill up my coffee cup, and I'm going to be back here hanging out tonight with you. So what do y'all say? Want to come back in about 9 minutes? That's enough time to let the coffee percolate. I love you, family. I see all of you right here in the comments. It's great to see you. I'm glad that you're here. And remember, Jesus is a badass, and he wants us to be badasses. No more sitting down and being quiet. No, stand up, rattle that tambourine, and make some noise. Anyway, porch lights on. And I'll see you cats back in just a little while. As I say, stay kind and stay the hell out of your mind.